from his studios in New York, it's time for Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life. Here's your host, Dan Tortora.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on wakeupcalldt.com, your one-stop sports shop, and on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. If you haven't become a member of MixLR, which stands for Mix Live Radio, make sure you do so today. mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. Two awesome things happen if you become a member. When you become a member, you get the opportunity to chat with us live in the chat room during every live broadcast, and you'll be emailed every single time we go live. So Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, you'll be emailed right at 9 a.m. Eastern Time when we go live in studio or on location like we are today down in Charlotte, North Carolina. We thank the great city of Charlotte for having us. She'll be emailed as soon as we go live, and any other specialty shows that we do outside of our typical Monday through Friday 9 to 11 a.m. hours, you'll be able to tune into that as well simply by opening up your email that says Wake Up Call is live. Would you like to listen? And you click to listen. That's all you have to do. Members open up their email that says Wake Up Call is live, and you click to listen. It's as simple as that. So make sure that you join us on the Wake Up Call airwaves, live streaming worldwide on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. And who knows? I could be broadcasting to aliens out there as well. The Skrulls, the Kree, they could be listening from the Captain Marvel. Who knows at this point? As we know that the internet, wherever the internet reaches, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora reaches you. So thank you so much for listening in to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Up next here are the Virginia Tech Hokies, and I'm going to start off my conversations with the Virginia Tech Hokies by speaking with Ahmed Hill. And this is what Ahmed Hill had to say about taking control early versus the Miami Hurricanes.
Just say we came out with an aggressive mentality. We know we had to handle business. ACC tournament is win or go home. Lose or go home, win or go home. So, we just want to come out here and play. We just played on Friday, so, kind of a competitive game. We knew what they did, they knew what we did, and we just wanted to come out here from the jump and handle business.
When you have to play them so close, obviously you were able to take advantage of that, but how difficult is it to have to see somebody in close quarters like that?
It's very difficult. We just played them 3 times within the last 2 months. Very difficult. They're a great team, great coach and things like that. But our coaching staff made sure that, we kept our mentality and kept our mind on the right things. So.
What did Coach Williams have to say after the game?
He just told us, just to keep going. We got a chance to make some history tomorrow with we're 4-4 in the ACC tournament, and we got a chance to be 5-4 and make history. And, we got to come out here with a lot of energy tomorrow. They're a great team, and we look forward to the matchup again.
Just what you could say about Florida State and looking ahead to that matchup, and just what you took away from them this season already.
Great team. A lot of talent, very deep. And they got a lot of guys that can come out here and play multiple positions, do multiple things. And they're a great team. They got the better of us down at Florida State, and they deserved it. And now we're looking for a neutral site victory.
How much have they improved from last season, in your opinion?
Improved a lot. They're very deep, as they always been. But now I think they utilize their pieces very well. They're a great team, great coach.
Being up by 20-plus multiple times in the game, just what you can say about that, keeping your foot on the pedal even when they tried to minimize it a little bit in the second half.
That speaks value to our guys, to our coaches. And, we just came out there and we didn't want to let up. We knew that there was a great team that can go on the run. They got a lot of great talented scorers, and we just wanted to, kind of close the game out so some guys can get some rest for the next game. We know we played in the next 24 hours, so, we just want to get some rest.
And lastly for me, just what you could say about that, to be in the ACC tournament and to be up at a point where you can actually give guys some rest. It's not something that happens a lot.
It's amazing. We don't even get that in the regular season, so it's amazing, and, it's the biggest stage, and it's very important for us. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Next up on the docket here this morning, following Ahmed Hill, is his teammate P.J. Horne of the Virginia Tech Hokies. And my conversation with P.J. Horne begins with having the advantage from the jump and keeping the foot on the pedal against the Miami Hurricanes.
It feels good. We kept our foot on the pedal. We made them had a better game.
When you look at this matchup, having played them so close, sometimes it's difficult to play a team in just a few days, and let alone play a team 3 times in one season. What was it about this game that you were able to take control of it?
Well, it was incredibly hard. We played them twice already, so we already knew what each team does. So we had to dig in and fight more, so we'll know that we got this game on.
As far as shooting, it seemed like at certain times everything was falling for the Hokies. Just what you could say about a game like this, where you're better than 50% from the field for the majority of the time.
Oh, it felt like it was being us. We were sharing the ball. We were getting more paint touches. We were doing everything we do.
And then as far as moving forward here, you got to give some guys some rest. That's not something that typically happens in the postseason, let alone in the conference tournament. Just what you could say about some guys being able to come off the floor and get some rest in this game because you were up by so much.
Oh, it was huge going into tomorrow because they fully rested now. This game wasn't so stressful on their body, so they can get more. They can produce tomorrow.
What did Coach Williams say after the game?
Just keep going, keep doing this, and get to the next. Always to the next thing. Get to the next thing.
What can you say about what Buzz Williams has meant to this program?
Oh, he's meant a lot to us and our community. He's done a lot over the past 5 years that a lot of people take for the wrong way, but he's done a lot.
When he's out there on the sideline, just what you could say about him. When you guys are playing, he's out there on the court with you. He's one of those coaches that likes to see as far as he can get on the court. Do you guys like that? Do you like the fact that he kind of goes out onto the court and makes sure that you can hear him when you're out there?
Yes, sir. It helps out a lot. You're on the court and you're trying to understand something.
And as far as Florida State, just what you could say about facing them again?
Be ready.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
You just ready.
That coming once again from P.J. Horne of the Virginia Tech Hokies in their victory over the Miami Hurricanes. Mind you, they had to play Miami at the end of the regular season. Their last 2 games are against the Miami Hurricanes. They played them at the end of the regular season, and their first game in the ACC tournament, they had to see them in less than a week's time. Less than a week's time, they had to face off against the same team, and they were still able to defeat Miami by double digits. They faced Miami 3 times this season, defeated them all 3 times, the Hokies did, and each of those 3 times by double figures, they won the game. Up next is Wabissa Bede here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora of the Virginia Tech Hokies, and my conversation with Wabissa Bede begins with being ahead by 20 or more multiple times, just taking control of the game.
We know we're still bad. We gotta get better at that. We have to hold teams, be able to once we know we're about to finish it, we have to finish the job. We're always letting teams. We can kind of say, we're kind of letting up, and we know that we talk about that in the huddle. Stop doing the let ups. Come on, let's keep playing our game. Let's not settle down. Keep pushing the pace. That's just the main thing. We just know on ourselves. We get down on ourselves more than even the coaches get down on us when the opposing team get on there runs in the second half like that. We just know what to do, and we know how to capitalize right after it, and that's why we had the multiple, like you said, 20-point stretches.
Did you feel, in the second half when they had come out, they had scored 17, you had scored 11, and they had condensed that? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly. We know we have to come out the gate better. That's just our fault, and we're going to capitalize that tomorrow. We're going to capitalize our next game plan and talk about it.
What is it about taking your foot off the pedal? What would you put that to? I mean, is it just getting comfortable with a lead, or what would you say?
We gotta stop. We don't need to look at the scoreboard. That's the main thing. Everything's 0, so we don't need to look at the scoreboard. Just play our game. We just gotta play our game, and that's it.
What did Coach Williams say after the game that kind of stuck with you?
Same thing. Keep playing us, keep doing us, and good things will happen. Stay in our lane and execute.
What is Hokie basketball? When you say keep being us, how would you define Hokie basketball right now?
Hard playing, nail eaters, never giving up, playing downhill, making the open shots, making the right reads all the time, and playing hard as hell on defense.
We saw, obviously, in this game, you guys shooting better than 50% for the majority of the game. Just what you could say about, when those shots fall, obviously it frees you up a little bit.
like I said, like when we play downhill, when we're running, that's when we play our best, and that's what created those open shots to tie in the beginning. And once we have that happening, teams gonna start locking in tie, lanes start opening up, and that's what happened.
When you have to play a team like Miami or any team inside the ACC 3 times in one season, let alone you played them just a few days ago. Obviously on paper you guys won big, but how difficult is it to see somebody 3 times and see somebody just a few days ago?
It's very hard to do. I don't think you can. I don't know when the last time a team played a team 3 times in a row, like 3 times in a season, and twice within a week. You can say a week and a half. I don't think that's. I don't know when the last time that happened, but it's very hard to do. There's 2 different mindsets on both sides, but we just know we have to stay in our lane, execute everything.
Just what you can say about Florida State and seeing them again.
We're just gonna play hard, do what we got to do for the game plan, and execute and get the win.
How would you describe the type of team that they are?
They're a very great team, very well coached. A very older veteran team. They're deep and tough. They're a very good team. All praise to them.
When Buzz was at Marquette, his teams are never out of games. Buzz coming to Virginia Tech, you guys stay in games as well, and you've risen here in the ACC. Just what you could say about what he's done to the culture of Virginia Tech.
He just put his culture like he always does. Just make sure you come in, play hard as hell, make the right reads, make the open shot, and play hard on defense. That's what we're capable of doing. That's all the things we can control.
That coming once again from Wabissa, Bede of the Virginia Tech Hokies. Up next in my final conversation with the Hokies in their double-digit victory over the Miami Hurricanes, their 3rd victory in 3 tries over Miami this season, all by double figures. My final conversation comes with Nickeil Alexander-Walker about taking this game over early.
It's big, early. We knew that more is at stake for us and them, so they're going to come out hard with intensity, and we try to hit them early, knock them early, do what we can control, focus on what we control, our energy, our defense, the little things of the game that will give us the edge, and I think we did that well to kind of get that big jump.
Wabissa said in the second half you guys have kind of let up a little bit and you have to do a better job at not looking at the scoreboard. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's about more the process instead of the product, and the journey instead of the destination, just kind of pushing through, battling from the first half to the second half, all 40 and not 30.
When you see, every game in the ACC tournament, every game in the ACC, for the most part in the regular season, is a battle. When you're up by 20 plus or 20 points multiple times in this game, just what you could say about that, because it's an atypical situation that teams get blown out, so to speak, in the ACC tournament.
It's a contribute to my teammates, all the work that they put in. They do a lot of work, and it's starting to pay off for them. So I'm happy that it's kind of showing, and it's all making sense. But again, we can't really focus on the score and being up 20 multiple times. It's got to be a win. I think being up 20 is hard, but also winning in the ACC is just as hard. So I think ultimately we got to do more winning plays and less of we're up, so we're good.
Just what you could say about, even though you won this game big against Miami, having to play them twice in a very short amount of time and then 3 times overall this season, just how difficult it is to be in a situation like that.
It's a big test because both teams kind of know the scouting report. It's fresh, it's in their heads, and it's almost like a rematch. It's hard to beat any team 3 times, and I think it's hard to beat any team twice. And we have a different type of fire going into this game, and Florida State's gonna not want to give us anything, and they're a great team, and they've earned everything that they have right now. So for us, it's gonna take 40 minutes, maybe 40 plus, like 45 like last game, and just locking in.
What can you say about Florida State and kind of where they are, because Virginia Tech has risen and Florida State has as well? Just what you can say about this matchup and what the Seminoles bring to the table.
They got great guards. Gavin Galley, another good Canadian. Not trying to be biased or anything, but he's really good. He's really good, and they got they play within each other, and I think that's what makes a great team. At any given night, anyone can really kill you, and I think from there it's okay. Now we gotta lock in, and we can't take them lightly. Yeah, we were up, but now it's 45 minutes.
What is it about Canada? Because I agree with you. There's a lot of good players that come there, great players that come from the country of Canada. What is it about Canada?
The culture, the people. I say the food. I just think everyone in Canada has a chip on their shoulder. It's rare to meet lazy Canadians, for me personally, just because we already have this title that we're nice and that we're just hockey players, and we want to show that we're more. This is also a dream for us, and I know more basketball players than I do hockey players, so just the fact that we have a chance and an opportunity, and we want to make the most out of the opportunity, and we're not going to let anyone take it from us.
Did you ever show some love to O'Shea Brissett over on Syracuse as well, from being from Canada?
Yeah, that's my guy. I'll text him here and there, make sure he's doing good. But, I mean, any Canadian that does well, I'm happy for him, and I pray that they seek more success to come.